Welcome to part 4 of the Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 Let's Play. So, because Eggman and made Team Sonic travel through time, we are now in Crisis City. He obviously make an appearance in Generations, and like I said in Generations, this is honestly one of the better levels in Sonic 06. Well, minus the snowboarding section, but even then, I don't think it's as offensive as, say, a White Acropolis, where there was a lot of twists and turns and unnecessary camera angles. This one is a little bit more straightforward, and well, it's kind of backward. I kind of hate the fact that it's sort of backwards. White Acropolis is not that fun of a snowboarding level, but this one is slightly better, but not much. You should mind the explosions coming from the glass. That's because if you get hit, you can only go in one direction, and you'll get flung in one direction, and for like about a few seconds, but it's definitely enough to get you careening into a pit. And what a glitch that was. But that was pretty much the last snowboarding segment, because now we're actually heading in, because yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the snowboarding. And I guess the developers didn't like how it worked. Now the second part of Crisis City, this is where it gets all grind rail heavy. And this part alone has multiple pathways you can take. But I always take this one with the rainbow ring. I don't know, it's just a lot more cool. Oh. Yes, Sonic, I know. Oh, it's like, oh god. This is where characters start stating the obvious too much. Oh, and Brain Scratch Lewis, I actually get the medal this time. That's how you're probably supposed to do it. Just don't hold forward on the analog stick. Just let go, and you'll land on the silver medal just fine. Now I know some people are gonna ask, what are the silver medals? Or for people that do know, it's like, hey, Robert, why the hell are you getting the silver medals? They do nothing in this game. And, well, you're right. The only reason why I'm getting the silver medals is because, well, if I see one, then I'll get it. I don't know, it's just a habit of me. Whenever I see something that's out the way, I'll get it. Or I'll at least try to get it. I know there's no point into getting them, but screw it. This is my Let's Play, and I can do whatever the hell I want. This is post-commentary, too. So, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about anything what you guys have to say. And that is pretty much the second part of Crisis City. It's okay when it comes to level design. And now we're in Act 3 of Crisis City, where we're in this horizontal whirlwind. And surprisingly, the buildings in the background aren't getting destroyed by the wind, let alone this debris that we're running across. Then again, it's Sonic the Hedgehog, what do you expect? Logic? What's that? You know what, before I get a certain upgrade, hey, I never get that Lightspeed Dash Trail, I always go down. And that's how it shouldn't happen. In this stage, though, in this part though, you are gonna have to do a lot of precision platforming. And you know, the camera may screw you over in a few parts, but in reality, well, not in reality, but it's not that hard of a segment. Hey, just time your jumps, ease up on the controller, and you should be just fine.
That tornado's carrying a car.
Thank you, Sonic, I can see that. Because now we are in the second Mach Speed section, where we're going at 300 miles per hour, and we have to avoid running into debris. Yes. For the second Mach Speed section, it's not unlike Wave Ocean where we have to run through, let's say, like twists and corners and loop-de-loops. This one is more of a straight line, but the difference here, there's a shitload of obstacles for you to avoid. Hey, and if Sonic if he so much taps a crate or a semi crate, hey, you're gonna get hit. And this is by far the most frustrating Mach Speed section ever, since you're constantly wiggling all over the place, and you have to avoid the cars flying out of the tornado itself. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about the tornado catching up to you, though, so that's good.
That was incredible.
Oh god, my throat, actually. I promise I won't talk that fast ever again.
No matter where we go, all we see are ruins. How can this be our future?
How could it come to this?
Could it be true? That guy. Will our world be saved?
The day of disaster. Here are my records of this event. This was when Iblis was freed, and his flames were released into the world. And you have this person to blame.
I see it! So that blue hedgehog's the Iblis trigger?
Blue Hedgehog.
I'll send us back in time to the point when the Iblis trigger was alive.
And that was the only other piece of information we learned.
What the? Who was that guy? He looked just like Shadow.
This is terrible! According to the data, the princess died when she was kidnapped by Eggman. Apparently, Eggman's battleship exploded! The date of this incident was 2 days after the Festival of the Sun.
If we don't return in time, Elise will die on board Eggman's battleship. That means...
Yeah, I think so.
You guys are so slow. Look.
A chaos You've already found one!
Well now, I may not look it, but I'm a real treasure hunter. Unlike a certain echidna I know.
What? Heh.
Have you guys discovered anything?
Yeah. I received a signal indicating there's a Chaos Emerald here, but...
You mean we've got to go through there?
If you don't like it, you can stay here.
You've got to be kidding.
Don't be late. Same to you.
Okay, with that little comeback out of the way, it is now time for Flame Core. And well, thanks to a certain Let's Play I know, Flame, if you just make sure that luck is on your side and this stage doesn't have a vendetta against you. And why is that? Well, the meteors. My god. Like, they can be relentless. They fall at random places, and again, if the stage has a vendetta against you, it can be frustrating on your part, but it can be hilarious for the other people. I'll post a link in the description somewhere, but my god, is it hilarious. So Flame Core, let's see, Flame Core. In terms of my overall opinion with the stage, I don't think the stage is bad, but honestly, it's just kind of dull. Oh, like, I mean, it has a rockin' soundtrack, yeah, but I don't know, Flame Core is okay. We obviously have these sections where we have to beat up every enemy in the area, just so we can progress. And this is where the homing attack, attacking enemies repeatedly does get repetitive, because you're constantly pressing, because you're constantly pressing A over and over and over and over again, and it's to the point where it's like, oh my god, why am I even playing this? we obviously have these platforming segments where we have to homing attack chain these idless birds and, well, jump on these floating jump on these floating rocks like that are floating across the magma stream. And yeah, this is Flame Core for you. Yep. Although again, in terms of the music, folks, I'm probably gonna be saying this throughout the rest of the Let's Play, but I just love this soundtrack to death. Like, jeez. Is it a, you know what? Is it bad for liking great music in a really terrible game? Is it?
No sweat.
And that's, yeah. Oh my god, I'm running out of commentary already. I think, actually,
It's raining fire.
yeah, until it hits you in the face multiple times. Sorry, I had to reference that again. Here there's quite a bit of pathways you can take with jumping in the lava, jumping from lava stalagmite to stalagmite and all that. These bigger enemies, the one with the giant armor, they actually take more hits to kill, and yeah, it does get repetitive and not at all interesting. But now that we're inside of Flame Core, this is Act 2, and I got hit by the spike ball. Oh. Let's see, Flame Core Act 2. Well, we have a lot of these, half-pipe type structure, or pathways and all that. And, oh, is that what I think it is? Holy crap, invincibility! Yes! It actually does exist within this game's programming. Hey, says a lot of people. And it works just how it does in the classic games. Although it's rather finicky with its music programming. I think the gimmick, now the gimmick with Flame Core Act 2 is that you're gonna come across these areas where it's gonna be dark. Not that it matters, because I can see my character just fine, but oh well, they tried. I swore I pressed the A button. I swear I pressed the A button on that. There are times where I try to go off the platform, but then when I try to press the X button, when I try to press the X button, Sonic doesn't jump. I hate that. I hate that with it. It doesn't happen all the time, but ugh, I hate that. But okay, so now we're playing as Knuckles, and well, unless if you didn't like Knuckles from Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2, you're gonna absolutely hate Knuckles in this game. Why is that? Well, first off, the combat is butchered, big time, because unless if you're not charging up your attack, heck, Knuckles can only stun enemies, and it's so awkward to hit other enemies with Knuckles, you know? Oh, and again, unless if you're charging up the attack, which is honestly the best way to kill enemies as Knuckles, and obviously also the fastest way to kill enemies as Knuckles, you're just gonna be wasting your time. And there I had to light all the shining orbs in the area just so the door is open, and so you know, the door opens behind Sonic. Logic? Who cares? Sonic, move on. But now we're actually nearing the end of Flame Core. We just have to do this reuse set piece. Sonic, you're not falling. You're just glued to the wall. Okay. Now that that's over with, that is it for Flame Core. Not much to say about this level, really.
That was incredible.
Yeah, it was.
I found a Chaos Emerald.
Don't touch it!
What? What's this?
Whoops. Okay, so now we're finally taking on Iblis. This is actually phase 2. This is his tapeworm form. So, honestly, the reason why I'm intentionally getting hurt is because,
It's a little too far to attack.
guys, most of the battle is just a waiting game. And like, you have to wait for the stalactites to fall so you can use them as platforms, and you have to dodge his meteor flurry. Once you get to this area, you have to hit the glowing orb just so he'll try to, you know, dive attack you, and you can hit the eye. Now, your best bet is once he's at the apex of his jump, and sort of going down, I recommend you jump at that point, because if you're on the platform as he lands, you're gonna take damage. It's stupid, but then again, programming, Sonic 06. See, like that. If he's halfway, like if he's at the apex of his jump away, and then jump back, or at least homing attack the eye. That's how it goes. If I was doing this boss fight legitimately, it would take much longer to do, and I do mean that. So we have to once again hit the orb and all that. Nothing changes in this boss. Well, except here.
Is that size just for show?
So now that we have taken the first few hits, we now have to obviously give the last hit to him. But unfortunately, we now have to do the waiting game. And this is what it's like to do this boss fight legitimately. If I did this legitimately, this would go much longer. And it shouldn't be much longer. Okay, so now the final set of stalactites fall. We just have to wait for another meteor flurry. There we go. Okay, so this time he's not gonna try to dive bomb you, but now he's gonna try and ram you. So it's kind of hard to avoid him, but it's not so hard to the point where it's impossible. You still have a chance. And that is it for Iblis Phase 2. Ugh, God. As if that boss. So that was part 4, guys. In part 5, we are gonna be going back to the present, and hopefully we can save Princess Elise for good. She's seriously not a Princess Peach ripoff, along with Princess Peach / Final Fantasy ripoff. See you then.
Chaos Control!
Looks like we made it back in one piece.
Where did Shadow and Rouge go? Did they appear someplace else?
Those two can take care of themselves.
By the way, there's like a little misspelled area. Let's look back. Let's take a snapshot and let's see what went wrong. Let's see. Daily Soriana. Great job, guys. Great job.